What's up everyone, thank you for tuning in to Hiking with Derek. This is a series in which I take a person of interest, a different person every week, out for a short hike and a chat. Last week I had Pat Divilly, which was great fun, and this week I have someone who I think you're gonna love, and what we're gonna do today I think you're gonna love too, because you probably saw that I was out cooking last week. This is the perfect guest for that. He's one of the top chefs in Ireland. He was the head of a Michelin 5-star restaurant in Ireland as well. And he's also a regular on the 6 o'clock show on Virgin Television. Mr.
Kwanghi Chan.
Kwanghi Chan. So thanks so much for coming out.
Thanks, sir.
To walk with me. The one thing actually, I didn't mention this to you today already, but do people in Ireland get your name right when they go to pronounce it?
Not all the time, no. It takes them a few times, you know.
Yeah.
Once you kind of get the Kwanghi kind of thing,
yeah.
You put the two words together, it's quite easy.
Right.
You know, so.
It's not rocket science, I suppose, is it? True or false? You once insisted on helping your mother-in-law fix her garden and proceeded to kill all the grass with weed killer.
That's true, actually.
That is true.
You know, I also once tried to put up this fan up in their kitchen as well.
Yeah.
And I forgot to tie it up to, you know, enough, like it was one of them spinning fans, you know, for air with a light on it.
Yeah.
And the thing was just like nearly coming off, like it was like something. It was like something, like a train going over, and
so they
the
let
whole
you,
thing was just shaking.
They even let you do this after you destroyed the garden?
Yeah. So she had loads of trust in me. Thanks, Bernie.
Like today we've been hiking over the mountain and into the forest, and you're telling me that you wouldn't be what you'd call an outdoorsy person. So this was, would it be fair to say that it was out of your comfort zone coming over the mountain?
It would be. This probably be my first time out hiking, you know.
Yeah.
And like I'm from Donegal, and we did some turf cutting when I was younger, you know. But ever since then, I'm kind of more used to my forte is in the kitchen, you know. So
right.
We don't get out much, but now and again we get time to go out foraging, but nothing like a hiking or up the mountain. And,
right.
You know? Yeah.
You were born in Hong Kong, and correct me if I'm wrong with any of this. You're born in Hong Kong, you moved with your family to Belgium at first, and then your parents separated, so at the age of 8 you moved to Buncrana to live with your uncle and auntie.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Is that all true?
That's all true,
I got that right.
Yeah, so yeah, I had a bit of a kind of rocky upbringing, you know, when I was younger. So my parents had a bad divorce, and I was sent over here on my own to stay with my uncle, and because my dad couldn't take care of me anymore, and so basically I was kind of abandoned with my parents, you know. So I was the only Chinese and coming into Buncrana back in the I think it's the late 80s or, you know, mid 80s, like, you know. So, and yeah, so starting from primary school there, it was tough, you know, but a lot of bullying going on there, and you know.
Do you still remember that time vividly, or do you remember your first day at school?
I do remember my first day of school was I still remember it very clearly. First day of school, I think it was on 11 o'clock break or 10 o'clock break. I can't remember. There's a break anyway in between lunch and whatever. Yeah, I was in the yard, and I was circled by a group of young, you know, boys, like, and I was spatted on, you know. So I still remember that very clearly. Yeah. So, and that was my first day in school. So
wow. On your lunch school breaks, you used to go back and work in the family restaurant.
Yeah. Geez, you've been doing your research.
I'm good on Google.
You're good on Google. Yes, I worked in the Chinese takeaway. I helped my uncle out, you know. So,
from what age?
Since I was 8, yeah. So
from the age of 8.
Yeah, so doing wash up at the start, and then started doing the rice and working my way up to the walk station, and actually running the place by when I was 13, like, you know. So
you were running the restaurant when you were 13?
I was running the kitchen in the restaurant when I was 13, yeah. So. I always found cooking was an escape for me. I said because like of my upbringing and my childhood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like for you, Derek, I think it was what we talked about today was you coming out here and you know, going on your own and walking the terrains, and you know,
it was like therapy.
It's like therapy to you, and
yeah,
this is your place of peace, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and switch off. Yeah.
So my place of peace was not to think about anything except cooking, you know. Was to block it out. So the only thing to block out my past or me stop thinking about my upbringing and that was through work, you know, and through focusing just totally through work.
And is that what you still do? Is that you still channel your energy like that? Like say times when you might be feeling stressed or whatever else?
Yeah, I have a lot of cookbooks, but now I think in the last few years it's more about building brands and business.
Right.
And of my 2 companies.
Yeah, because you're nailing it with that now. So yeah. Like even like ChanChan is available in 1,000 stores in Ireland?
Yeah, it's I think about 850 stores. We don't know, like, you know.
And just so you know, ChanChan is, well, it's a sauce, isn't it? Like a street sauce. From...
so we do a variety of, ChanChan is the brand, and then we do a variety of condiments, you know. Yeah. So Asian kind of influenced condiments. So we do black garlic, we do sauces, we do spices, you know, vinegars and that. So we sell into retail and we sell into hotels and restaurants as well. Right. Through wholesale, you know. And that's been going 5 years. So at the start of it, like we started off with nothing, you know, so very small.
You're saying €300 you started the business
with? Yeah, we started off with €300, yeah.
That's incredible. And also the restaurant that's open in Dublin city centre now, is that, how long is that there? Bowls?
Bowls is nearly there 2 years now. So wow. That the Bowls brand after came up because I wanted a place where people can taste the sauce and taste the spices, where we can use the spices to marinate meats and that. Yeah. So we do basically barbecue foods and rice bowls and noodle bowls and kind of healthy kind of pickles and that. They're kind of made up from the flavours from my past, you know. Right. So what I kind of grew up with, dumplings, rice bowls, noodle bowls, yeah, you know, with meats and also with kind of like a pickled kind of vegetables.
You're making me hungry now, you know that?
I'm starving as well. I'm burning some calories walking here.
I know you're a really proud Donegal man, and actually let's say every article that I read this week about you always had Donegal man, and you're talking about your roots. Yeah, I grew up in Donegal, you know, even though you know, I had my hard times in Donegal, but I also have really good friends and happy memories up there, you know. Yeah. It's a great county, and we still go up there every year, a couple of times a year, you know. Yeah, because you only moved to Dublin less than 2 years ago. I still have a house in Donegal, and you know, and with family in Donegal, and you know, it's where I'm from, like, you know. Even though I'm born in Hong Kong, but my home is Buncrana, Donegal. You know? Yeah, of course. And I think Michelle, your partner, feels that way too, doesn't she? Yeah, Michelle loves it. Like she grew up in Dublin, but I often feel like she considers Donegal her home. Yeah, she loves Donegal. We lived there for about 5 years, you know what I mean? I see that you were reunited with your mother a few years back. Yeah. And I was wondering, has she been to visit Ireland? Yeah, she has visited Ireland, yeah. And she actually came over and visited, and my half brother or my half sister was over here as well, you know. Yeah. With her husband, and was it their first time here? Their first time in Ireland as well, and yeah, it was good. You know, it's that I suppose it's that relationship building. You know what I mean? Trying to build up that relationship over the last 5 years. You know. Yeah. And I think over the last few years, and forgiving for me is a big step, you know. I think forgiveness is a huge thing to get off your chest, and for me, like, to let go of that, you know what I mean, just to forgive, you know, even trying to work on that for a while. Yeah. And that's kind of, you know, give me a lot of release to kind of just focus on my energy on different things, you know what I mean. I think that's steady enough, isn't it? Yeah. Try and do a little chicken a ramen kind of bowl with chicken noodle bowl with black garlic. Very nice. Kind of like a black garlic miso.
that some of my own kind of stuff there, and we're going to top it up with some peanut and chili rayu. It's going to be very nice, you know. So yeah. So I have some Chinese cabbage here, some coriander, and some spring onions. It's just cut up very roughly, and that will give our flavour in their stock. I brought these from the restaurant, and these are dried. So these are dry shiitake Chinese mushrooms, and when you dry them, the flavour intensifies, and they're great in stocks and that, you know what I mean, and they kind of soak up a lot of flavour. So I'm going to chop that up and put them in there as our base of our stock with the miso and black garlic. Shiitake mushrooms in here, alright?
Yeah.
So just let that boil up. So I want to kind of get that kind of flavour in there. So this is just 100% kind of black garlic that we ferment ourselves, and it's just normal bulbs of garlic that we get from Spain. So we fly over from Spain and France, the bigger ones. We don't tend to use the Chinese ones because they use pesticides and all in them, and they're very small, you know. And we mix this with 50% of white Japanese bean paste miso, and this gives a great flavour, like, you know.
This is the secret then.
Yeah.
The secret sauce.
I'm gonna use this. This is our broth. So for the noodles, like when you're doing like noodles and stuff like that, like the broth is the 100% winner.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what makes the difference.
That's what makes the difference, man. Yeah. Like it's not so hard to bring a couple of vegetables and that with you, like, you know.
Right.
You can really hop in the field and grab a couple of them on the way. Like you might get some spuds more around here, you know.
Speaking of easy, Kwanghi, is it true that one of your favourite foods is instant noodles?
It is, yeah. I love instant noodles.
What is it? So
with instant noodles, you know.
This is a cultural thing,
yeah.
Obviously, isn't it? Because you see that, for example, Chinese people travel all over the world,
yeah.
And instead of eating the local cuisine, they'll always go for instant noodles.
Oh, you know what? It's like I think instant noodles is like crisps to the Irish.
The Irish, yeah.
So
we love our crisps.
We love our instant noodles, and we have our favourite brands as well, you know. So
right. What is your favourite brand?
I like the Alaska stuff, like it's made from Singapore.
Oh, I meant crisps.
Oh, crisps.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. I was asked about this before as well. Like, I like King crisps. Yeah.
King crisps.
Yeah.
Right.
I know that I kind of devised the room with the. So I have some. I got some chicken fillets, so I'm going to throw that in there, and this will help our stock as well. Okay. So you can see all the white stuff off the top, like, you know what I mean. We're going to skim that off afterwards, you know. So I'm going to throw all the chicken because I'm quite hungry, Derek. Are you?
I'm starving. I'm so hungry. I didn't bring any wagon wheels with me today. That's the problem.
Is that
they usually keep me
ticking
over. A wagon wheel to keep me ticking over.
Yeah.
I didn't bring any. I was actually hoping you wouldn't ask me for a snack, because I had none. I remember hearing you say before that Chinese people think the Irish don't like their food. And that's why the menu is maybe different. Like, I think you said before that the menu that's given to a Chinese person is different than to an Irish person in a restaurant.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've talked about this recently with some of my friends, and a normal Irish person will always, you know, going into a proper Chinese restaurant, we get a normal English menu. And then if you're sitting with me, like, you'll probably say, why is you got the Chinese menu, and then, you know what I mean,
yeah.
You got the English menu where all the sweet and sour chicken and, you know, all that is
the 3-in-1 tray.
Exactly, yeah. Like, you know, I think growing up we were slagged, like we were cooking, you know, cats or dogs, or, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, and you know, I think that kind of scarred us and kind of burnt us, you know what I mean. Like, the Irish palate is definitely more acceptable to Chinese cuisine. And when you asked me earlier on about me trying to change the perception, I think maybe I have more of a platform than everybody else to kind of put it out there that we're not all just about, you know what I mean, chow mein and, you know, and sweet and sour chicken, like, you know. I think it's a kind of step forward that we have to take to get to the next step, you know what I mean, to kind of like authenticise some of the food in Dublin or in Ireland, you know what I mean, saying that, okay guys, it's okay to cook what you cook normally at home, you know, because the paddies would eat it, like, you know.
because I do get 3-in-1 trays now and again, right? I'm not gonna lie.
I do that as well.
Do you?
I do.
You're kidding.
I do, yeah.
Instant noodles now, 3-in-1 tray.
I grew up in the takeaway, so this kind of stuff, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's you know what I mean, when you
It's
grew
ingrained.
up with it, you know what I mean?
Well, it's the same culture, so yeah. The thing about the 3-in-1 tray in particular is that none of it's Chinese.
No, it's not. No, it's just rice
chips, like they're Irish.
So I'm kind of throwing in these wheat noodles in here, so you can get these all around in the Asian market. So I'm going to turn this up. So what I'm going to do is going to just let that noodles kind of cook out, and after a while I'm going to just skim it off then, you know. So this stuff here you need to skim off. So this is what you call the scum. That's what you call it from the professional kitchens, okay? This is not too bad, this chicken. You will get a lot more from pork and beef, okay? So it's just the proteins kind of cooking, and that's what it is. Like, this is lovely.
Is this the first time you've ever done something like this? Cooking outside?
I've been cooking outdoor, yeah. This is the first time yet I did something like this. It's mostly in the kitchen now, you know. So this is the peanut and chili kind of oil. This is the mala one. So we only kind of started coming out with this one, and it's done with Szechuan kind of peppercorn and with black garlic. So the black garlic, it kind of gives a lovely umami kind of flavour to this, you know. So, and then what we're going to do is throw some sesame seeds on top as well. So like this. Class, huh? So you can use like egg noodles if you want as well. That's for you, my pal.
Oh my god.
Oh, you have a spork, don't you? You have a chopstick?
No,
here you go.
I'm gonna use my chopsticks.
Try that.
When the camera goes off, I'll get my spork.
Yeah.
Oh, that is fresh, isn't it?
It's not bad for the middle of forest, is it?
It's sensational for the middle of the forest.
Like I think walking down the hill there today was just amazing, you know. It's just overlooking Dublin, and it's just
there's beautiful views out there.
Yeah.
You say you wouldn't come out and do something like this normally. You say because it's of time mostly, isn't it? You're busy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts. Like I've 2 companies to kind of keep going, you know. And I kind of split myself between the 2 companies. Yeah. Between meetings, and I do all the social network. I do all the social media.
Right.
And I do all the, you know, go in and make sure the staff, and you know, I deal with all the suppliers and emails and everything, like, so quite busy, and then splitting up the family time as well, like, so. But I love to do this more. This is like a day
You'd
for me.
You'd love to
there.
come up here more?
Yeah.
Something like this?
Yeah, this is like a day for me.
Like, it is a day out.
Yeah, but this is like a relaxing. It's very relaxing, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I haven't thought about work even, you know, walking up.
Because I would have thought someone like you, you're obviously crazy busy, I get that. You would have to make time to do something like this, but it's the fact that this is so worthwhile that you should try to make time to do it, you know what I mean?
It definitely will. Like if you said to me years ago what I'd be doing now, I thought I would be still in the fine dining scene and working in the kind of like the high-end Michelin star kind of rounds, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But since we had a baby, I suppose, I think and over the last 5 years, like my perception of all that kind of change, you know what I mean? I don't want my children to be growing up that they won't be able to see me. They'll be working most of the time, and you know, I want them to have something that I didn't have when I was growing up, you know what I mean? Like, it was the proper family life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As much as they can, you know what I mean? Like, I still work very hard, but I get home, you know, at 6 or 7 most of the weeks and trying to put them to bed, you know what I mean? That's and also see them up in the morning before they go to school, you know. So
that's good.
Yeah,
that,
I think that's important, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, for sure. Hey, this is so good.
Thanks, man.
think it's just very interesting watching Kwanghi not just walk today, but every now and again he'll stop and look around, and he might notice the light coming through the trees, and I'll see him taking a photo of it, and I don't draw his attention to it because I don't want to. I don't want him to be paranoid or conscious that I'm watching everything he's doing, but I'm just noticing because he does have a majorly busy life. So it's so rare that he gets to do stuff like this, but when you do slow down like this, not only do you feel more relaxed, you just feel a great sense of peace. I was actually thinking that I just leave him here, just go home. This is clearly a step beyond. No, it's not.
Come on now.
No.
It's just so convenient, you know what I mean? Like, you know? But you don't see the screen in front of you that's shooting out into... Do you not still get that fear when you like say it for the first couple of times?